Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fenrirock as we get back into this final end-of-year album review splurge as we get ready for the top 10 albums of 2022. Today, we're checking out Divisive from Disturbed. Disturbed is a classic case of a band of someone says all their music sounds the same, blah, 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 blah. Remove the first album, and parts of Believe really melded to the sound it would become, but ever since Believe, really everything has basically sounded the same. However, when that sound is good, and you execute it time and time again, sometimes to not as many, great, oh my god, this is melting my faces, but sometimes, just good straight up rock metal music. It's what we want sometimes. You just want some simple stuff to put on while you're driving, and that's kind of what Disturbed has really become. I for one love Disturbed. I grew up with Sickness came out when I was 9 or 10 years old, so it was very influential. I keep saying influential. It influenced me. Still remember the first time I heard Down the Sickness uncensored. Oh my god, that was mind blowing. Like, whoa, what are these words? These words are too strong for my little tiny brain. But we're here with Divisive. Only song I've heard off this album so far is Hey You. And other than the riff being good in that song, for what I remember, it's just kind of just, it's okay. It's kind of the vocals were, not the vocal sound, the vocal words were just kind of boring. He's hearing Hey You over and over again. They're not Pink Floyd, damn it. They're freaking Disturbed. And we're just going to roll with this. We've also been kind of, going back and forth with classic style reviews. I'm not going to do a reaction, so-called reaction review to this album. I'm going to do reaction is, I'm going to watch the song, and after I'm done playing the song, tell you guys what I think of it. I'm not going to be playing the music in this video to let you guys know right now. I just cannot deal with any more copyright strikes, videos getting blocked. It's been a huge plague recently. Maybe once I get some things figured out, and maybe once I start making money here, I start putting money towards Venmo, or not Venmo, to Vimeo. And then we can have the full versions over there, and you guys can watch the full uncut versions there. But for today, we're just going to have my reaction to each song and tell you in real time what I think of each song. After the done, words. It's late. I'm tired. I just got done watching the abysmal Colts Chargers game. That was painful to watch. So, without further ado, I'll see you guys shortly after Hey You. I have 5 more albums lined up for the end of this year, so let's have some fun, shall we? I'm also animal sitting, so you might see animals crawling back and forth behind me, watching 2 cats. One's my cat, and then 2 dogs. So it's gonna be fun. All right, guys, let's have some fun. Hey You, Disturbed. I am the only one here, though, so I can turn the speakers up. Okay, so what my original thoughts still stand. The music in that song is honestly one of the best actual, I think, musically driven songs from Disturbed released in actually quite some time. And going back albums deep, and this is really solid musically. Vocal melody wise, it's also fantastic. Just like it's pump up, just great, it's just fun. The chorus is magnificent. The bridge is awesome as well. Really kind of bring back that pump up stuff you want from Disturbed. But just the lyrics, just they are what they are. Just I don't know. Building off the words "Hey You" over and over and over again, especially it's "Hey You's" in the verse and then "Hey You's" in the chorus too, and "Hey You, stop it." I'm kidding. It's a solid song. It's definitely a good song. It's one of those ones you can put in like a Disturbed playlist, and it comes on. You go, sweet. I'm not gonna listen to it over and over and over again. If it comes to the shuffle, I won't skip it. That's the best way to sum it up. But yeah, the riffs in that song are fantastic. The drums are solid too, pretty straightforward, but they do their job of driving the rhythm. So yeah, that's Hey You. It's a good opening track. It's a good opening track, I would say. Yeah, but the thing that sucks is when you have the song like that, you just kind of get kind of annoyed with it, with the vocals in some ways. Opening up the album that way is not a great way to start, in my opinion. It's still a really good song. Next song is Bad Man. I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, honestly, that might be one of my favorite Disturbed songs musically of all time. The music in that song kicked absolute ass. It was bad, man. But again, it has the same problem I have with Hey You, but even more so in this song of just saying "bad man" over and over and over and over again. That was a little annoying, but I can ignore it completely with how great the music was. The guitar riffs were heavy and just slamming in the face. The drums were perfectly accenting, which is what's Disturbed's really known for, just accenting the riffs with the drums and just pushing it forward and forward. And speaking of pushing it forward, it's pretty obvious what the narrative this song is about. It's just no shit Sherlock situation of who and what this song is about. So if you know anything about David Draymond, that was clear and cut and just it is what it is. But yeah, musically that song just kicks that song kicked ass. I'm a little fired up after that one. That one's good. That's going on the playlist for damn sure. That song kicked. That was good stuff. All right, next song is title track, Divisive. Let's go. Okay, Divisive, aka Bad Man Part 2, is equally as awesome. Okay, not equally. I like it a little bit less than Bad Man. It's definitely Bad Man Part 2. It just perfectly flows into it. The main riff is almost exactly the same too, just a little more melodic in its chords and has more chord playing with it. The main standout in this track, though, was David. Holy freaking crap, he sang his ass off in this song. And the solo itself as well was actually, I would say the solo was better. It was a really solid solo. Actually, it was a lengthier solo than I'm used to from Disturbed. But it was good. And also this time the vocals weren't as annoying. Lyrically, that's what I'm talking about. I will never speak ill of David Draymond. The dude's been through a lot when it comes to vocals, and the fact he's still singing the way he sings now after what he's been through is amazing. And his vocals performance in that track was not divisive at all. That was solid. That was awesome. That was good. We're 3 for 3 for good tracks, and it's actually getting better as it goes on. Kind of Bad Man goes gone this way. Pay You, Bad Man, Divisive, just a little bit there. Next track is okay. I have heard Unstoppable. I remember Unstoppable being good. Let's remember, see if my memory is correct. Let's go. I don't remember that song being as good as that was. Holy crap, that was great. One thing this album's done so far, the first 4 tracks, is really reestablish the aggressiveness I miss from Disturbed. This album's aggressive as hell, and I love it. The thing that's kind of funny about this track, though, is the chorus is super poppy. It's still, yes, it's still metal and everything, yes, but you could dance to that chorus. It's just, the entire time I was just doing this. The entire time, because it just has that poppy disco bounce. It just makes you want to dance. I can just picture singing this or seeing this song live, and just everyone's just like going, just running around, not moshing, just jumping around with everyone else around you. It's a fun song. That song is good. The thing that's funny is like this is a subject matter. It's not subject matter. Subject matter really sounds like probably a soldier going in and taking out a target or something, or just talking about assassins. But it just Unstoppable, Indestructible, songs like that. This is something they've gone through many times, but it's always fun. And this song was fun. It just makes me laugh how dancey that chorus is, but it fits, and it's a solid ass song, and yeah, we're 4 for 4 for really good tracks, and hopefully this keeps going because I'm having fun so far with this album. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. If it keeps up this quality, and if it even gets better, I'm gonna have to do some serious thinking on this top 10 list because there's albums on this top 10 list I've been keeping ongoing records and keeping track of everything I put on here. This is making a serious push to jump on there so far. 4 tracks in. There's still 6 more tracks. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, if it keeps this momentum, I'll have some serious thinking to do. Love it or hate it, we will see what happens. That might be my favorite chorus of the album so far. The chorus was freaking awesome. It was just, you could sing along with these. I got the melody down real quick. It just had really good impact. It had actually a little emotion behind it, which was awesome. And I don't know, just David's delivery of it just hit. The verse was good. The guitar riffs in the song were solid. Nothing crazy except for the bridge. The bridge was freaking just breakdown-ish in ways, and that was awesome. That song was fun and just kicks ass and keeps up the aggressiveness. This one was a little pulled back on the aggressive in some parts, mainly just like it felt more of the emotion, but it's like emotionally aggressive. And I really, really enjoyed that. That was fun. I'm glad we're keeping the momentum because this album so far is really freaking good. I'm happy. I'm just glad we're getting good Disturbed in 2022. And they've been going for what? They actually started in the late 90s, right? Like I think they were a band in the mid 90s, and their first main album came out was obviously The Sickness, and well, we went from there. And it's been going on for this long now. I know they're taking a ton of breaks, obviously, and this so far so good. This album is kicking ass, and I love it so far. No hate, just loving it so far. That was a good track. Again, I loved the chorus in that song. It's just what. That's all I want to do is what. The next track is Feeding the Fire. Whenever they have fire in their titles, it's usually pretty good. Except I remember Fired Up being kind of, or their whatever, like Light Up, whatever, their weed song was kind of stupid. But Feeding the Fire, see kindles inside the fire. Not getting my hopes up any kind of like, just let that, don't want to get myself hyped up just in case that happens, because Inside the Fire is one of the greatest songs from Disturbed, period. Feeding the Fire, let's go. That might be, so far, my favorite song on the album. Holy shit, that was freaking-tastic. The riffs, again, were super aggressive, and the riff in the chorus, the freaking bounce and pop within the stops in it, super impactful. And what really led to the impact of those riffs was David was doing his more laid back vocal, not laid back, more subdued, more, again, emotionally driven vocals. And that was spectacular. I love that song. That was bloody brilliant. And oh my god, that was so good. That was a really, really, really good song. I can see why it has as many views. The album's been out for what, a month now? Yeah, a little over a month. And the views are getting just, around. The singles have the most views, listens. My brain's all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. But just, this is one of the ones that's not a single and not early in the album to have as many listens as it has. It's deservedly so. The song actually needs more. This song is fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. That is Disturbed to me. That song was quintessential Disturbed. I'll be right back to deal with that. The next track is Don't Tell Me featuring Ann Wilson. Is that the Ann Wilson, as in the Ann Wilson from Heart? If so, I love Heart. Grew up listening to Heart. This could be good. Oh, man. I'll see you guys on the other side. That did not disappoint in the slightest. That was fantastic. There's no other word for it. Oh, David and Ann together. Their voices actually went together so well. That song was beautiful, man. That was good. Oh, man. I have no other words. That's just applauses for that one. That was, whew. Hey, say hi to Fender, everybody. Oh, man. All right. Next track is Take Back Your Life. Okay. That song was good. It was a good song, but that was definitely a filler track. There's some parts that actually sound really familiar to it, especially the Take It. That sounds like something else I've heard from them. But it was still a good song. There was moments in the song that actually were pretty fantastic. There were some riffs that came through that actually really popped. But otherwise, that was definitely a filler track. Every album needs at least one, and that was this album's track. That's probably why it has the least amount of listens on the album. Again, not bad. It's just there. It's good. It was good. You're listening to the full album itself. You don't skip it, but it's not going to be on any playlist I make up with songs added from this album. Still solid. It'll be a part of me forever. Next song is Part of Me. I loved every part of that song. The main riff with the wah pedal kind of, wahing with it. The aggressive bridge, just great riffs everywhere. But the chorus sucks. The last chorus is better. The last chorus is good, but the first two choruses on the first go around, it sounds more like a pre-chorus than an actual chorus. Just having the writing toms with the way the vocal melodies are, it doesn't sound like a chorus. The last one does. They kind of go more traditional route, which would have worked better, I think, for us. The song would have made it more cohesive, but that part kind of took it out. But otherwise, that song was also really freaking good. And yeah, once again, the riffs and drums are on point and super punchy. We even got a wow part. I can't do that voice right now, but yeah, that was a good ride. Okay, we only have one more track. Won't Back Down. I feel like I've heard this song. No, is this a cover? Because Disturbed is known for their covers. Is this a Tom Petty cover? That would be kind of awesome. I doubt it, but we'll find out together. Now, well, you probably already know. I'm very late to this party. Sorry, I had to
move. Ignore the wire management, by the way. That's a work in progress. All right, and that is Divisive from Disturbed. I don't really have anything else to add after Won't Back Down because it's kind of the same as most of the songs of It's Aggressive. It's good, and it's what it is, what it is. So the final verdict of this album is it's most excellent. Hey, Yeti. It's yeah, it was a great ride. It's super nostalgia trip, but also sounding fresh again, which is nice. One con I will say is definitely a lot of the riffs in this album. They follow the same formula, which it's obviously it's Disturbed, but they all have the main low chugs and then either a hammer on or some other kind of play at the end of the riff. Where a lot of these riffs kind of sound really familiar to each other. They're all impactful. They're all great. No bad riffs at all, but they all just kind of follow the same formula. I will also say definitely after Don't Tell Me, the album petered out. The last 3 tracks really kind of felt like filler tracks to end the album out. If it was just the first 7 tracks, or if they spread out those 3 last songs throughout the album in different spots, I feel like overall it actually would have been a better product. But that's not taking anything away from this album. It was fantastic. It was a great time. Most Excellent is my second best rating, so there you go. I will definitely listen to it again. Excuse me. Highly recommend you guys listen if you haven't listened. If you're a Disturbed fan, you'll love it. If you don't like that Disturbed sound, if they're a band you've never liked, then you will not like this album. But this is one for the fans, or maybe people who just like that really head heavy early 2000s metal that just kind of rocks your face off and just makes good background music, or you want to go to a great live show, you see it. This is a great album. I loved it. Tell you guys now, it was tracking to make it after those first 7 tracks, but the way it petered out, it just missed being on the top 10. But stay tuned to the end of this year, and I will talk about though on that top 10 list. We'll be on a different kind of list in there as well. But let me know what you guys think of this album down below. If you guys think I'm wrong, if you think I should rank it higher in the year, or if you think I should, or think some parts I just didn't get and maybe I like them more. But like I said, there's no song I didn't like. Definitely not. Just the last 3 tracks just kind of it petered out. When you end with 3 filler tracks, it kind of takes you out of it. But overall, fantastic album. It's great to have Disturbed back again with another great album. They're consistent. They're great, and I love this album. It's definitely my favorite one for a long time. That's for sure. Definitely out of all the recent ones we've gotten, it's definitely my favorite one in a long time. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, the name's David. You call me Fenrirock. Stay tuned for the rest of the reviews for this rest of the year. Go back and watch the last ones. And since the one came out on Christmas I was most excited about, I'm on a Marth review. Go check that out, my Christmas review. As always, name's David. You go ahead and take care. Bye!